We could soon learn more about the planning that led up to the September 11th terrorist attacks. An alleged suspect some say was seen casing the United States Capitol before it happened. The 4 coordinated attacks by al-Qaeda mark one of the darkest days in America. Nearly 3,000 people were killed that day. Thousands of lives were forever changed. And now a federal judge is expected to rule on a lawsuit by Saudi Arabia on whether or not to release a key piece of evidence more than 20 years later. Let's bring in correspondent Joe Connell live in Washington. Following all of this, Joe, what can you tell us?
Look, Nichole, we use the word bombshell when it comes to evidence often, but in this case, absolutely that is what we're dealing with. We now know that there are multiple videos that show a number of Saudi officials, 2 in particular, ties to the Saudi government, in some cases welcoming some of the 9/11 hijackers on American soil shortly before the attack. And there are other videos that show things that would suggest a direct link, allegedly, between the Saudi government and the 9/11 plot. Now, we have not seen these videos, but we know what's on them because they're described in detail in court filings that have been brought as part of a lawsuit from many of the 9/11 victims' family members against the Saudi government. Remember, it has been literally 2 decades now that many of the families have been trying to, in some way, hold the government of Saudi Arabia accountable, alleging ties and complicity with the attack itself. They've been working on that. These new videos, these families say, are the most compelling proof and compelling evidence that they have had yet. They say it's the closest thing to a smoking gun that you're going to find tying, allegedly, the Saudi government to these attacks. Take a look at what these documents actually say in describing these videos. They say, quote, the evidence includes highly incriminating videos of the welcome party that Bayoumi, who is one of these Saudi officials, hosted for the hijackers, never exploited before by the FBI, and a chilling video seized, just produced by British authorities, showing Bayoumi casing the U.S. Capitol for an attack. And if that is not disturbing enough to you as an American, the documents also say that there were some papers, some documentary evidence showing that these 2 Saudi officials were describing and writing down the mechanics of how to steer an airplane into a target that is stationary on the ground.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.